Antes de dar paso a los dos vídeos, dos documentales sobre Ron Wyatt, vamos a hacer un poco de referencia a lo que vais a ver allí. En los dos prácticamente vais a ver escenas cuando él está cavando en la zona donde oficialmente se dice que él jamás estuvo cavando y donde además se dice que jamás tuvo un permiso para estar cavando allí. Entonces, cuando veáis las imágenes podréis decir, ¿cómo puede ser que si no tenían permiso alguno estuviesen cavando allí y nadie les dijera absolutamente nada? Vais a ver imágenes totalmente claras de cómo están extrayendo las rocas, cómo se las llevan de allí, las sacan por una zona, que ahora vamos a leer el texto bíblico precisamente de la zona donde se encuentra todo esto, y que ya veis que el pobre Ron decía, y tuvo que mostrar una carta y todo, unas imágenes conformando que verdaderamente él estuvo en esas situaciones, etcétera, etcétera, ¿no? Si os dais cuenta, siempre hay campañas de difamación. Cuando un mensaje no interesa, hay que hacer algo para evitar que esto llegue a las personas. Vamos a hablar sobre un texto bíblico donde precisamente se sitúa todo el escenario. Se encuentra en el libro, el Evangelio de Juan, capítulo 19, y leamos del versículo 38 al 42. Jesús ya es sepultado, dice, después de todo esto, José de Arimatea, que era discípulo de Jesús, pero secretamente por miedo de los judíos, rogó a Pilato que le permitiese llevarse el cuerpo de Jesús, y Pilato lo concedió. Entonces vino y se llevó el cuerpo de Jesús. También Nicodemo, el que antes había visitado a Jesús de noche, vino trayendo un compuesto de mirra y de áloes, como 100 libras. Tomaron, pues, el cuerpo de Jesús y lo envolvieron en lienzos con especias aromáticas, según es costumbre sepultar entre los judíos. Y en el lugar donde había sido crucificado, había un huerto, y en el huerto un sepulcro nuevo, en el cual aún no había sido puesto ninguno. Allí, pues, por causa de la preparación de la Pascua de los judíos, y porque aquel sepulcro estaba cerca, pusieron a Jesús. Ya veis que todo el escenario, la muerte de Cristo en su crucifixión, el arca debajo, la tumba donde fue puesto Jesús, todo totalmente cercano. ¿Por qué? Porque ya llegaba el sábado y por tanto no podían estar trajinando. Ellos guardaban el sábado muy estrictamente. Toda esa zona es la que prácticamente vais a ver ahora en las excavaciones de Ron Wyatt. Tened presente que no va a ser lo último que vamos a hablar al respecto sobre el Arca de la Alianza. Llegaremos a mostrar citas también de Ellen White hablando precisamente sobre el Arca de la Alianza, que nos van a denotar cómo lo que está diciendo Ron, lo que él presentó, no son bobadas para nada. Pues bien, vamos ya a entrar el vídeo.
Show you this whole chamber. At times there would be, how many men in here, Dale, at one time? Seven,
Seven or eight.
And I'm looking straight up now. Uh-oh, I hear...
Bucket coming up.
Oh, bucket. Yeah, now this is what they do. They haul the buckets up, and then
You got the
they
stomach.
put them,
Okay, go ahead.
Dale puts them on,
Oh.
and Ed up there is hoisting it up through the hole, and Simon's grabbing it and handing it to Nathan, and Nathan's giving it to Mark, who's hauling it off to the dump.
Pull.
Dale, you got any buckets empty out there?
Yep.
One down below?
It is straight down. Ron says about 40 foot down here. See, we're just standing on, we're in a hole. We're standing on boards that have been laid across to the ledges.
Pull. Coming down? All right.
That's how the buckets come down.
Is that it?
I missed that, but they just toss them down the hole.
First time in 10 months. Well done. That's a big one. Knock that one over.
We're going to follow Mark over to the bus station. See, what they have to do is every time they get buckets of dirt or rock out of there, they have to walk along this path. Now we're heading towards the bus station, where this morning they got tear gassed twice. And Ron was over here dumping rock at the time and got it full force. This is where they dump. You can see it's quite full. We're standing now at the edge of the garden tomb area where the bus station is, looking outwards in the direction of the excavation. Now, we're walking around, and we're going to go up and look at the bus station where all the tear gas came from this morning. There it is. I'll get over here in a better position. By far, I think it is straight down. Now, right over here, you can see Gólgota, Skull Hill. There's Skull Hill, and you come along here, where the wall is, down to where the excavation is, which is right there. We're looking right into the area that it is, right there. It's where Christ was actually crucified. And then right around the corner is his tomb.
Jerusalem is situated on two mountains, Mount Zion on the west and Mount Moriah on the east. Moriah extends from the Temple Mount on the south end and continues beyond the city wall to the north. In ancient times, a dry moat was cut through this mountain to prevent invading armies from easily entering the city from the north. The northern part of the mountain, located outside of the city, was then used at some point in time as a quarry, and where the mountain was cut away is very visible. Along the escarpment or cliff face which was formed when it was quarried is located the tomb. Also along this escarpment is the well-known skull face. And between the skull face and the tomb is the site Ron Wyatt pointed to in 1978 when he said, "That's Jeremiah's grotto, and the Ark of the Covenant is in there." North of the city wall of Jerusalem sits a beautiful garden. Within this garden is the tomb known as the Garden Tomb, chiseled into the rock of the northern part of Mount Moriah.
Okay.
Well, what I discovered when I started excavating down that cliff wall, first of all, I discovered the cutouts in the wall of the cliff where they had posted the signs.
We painted or drew Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews, in the Roman and the Greek and the Hebrew languages, and we put them there, and we set this up to resemble what happened to Christ on the cross. Okay. Now the cross hole is actually right straight down below where we set this thing up. And of course, this is the chamber that you've been looking around through with us as we worked. Now, this whole fill here needs to be taken out. Now here we have niches. These are where the titles of the criminals that were crucified were placed, the name and what they were accused of. This is one right here, and then there's one right up there, and then of course there's one right under that rubble right there that we have filmed before. All of that needs to come out, and right back directly behind and under all of that rubble is a cross hole right directly below the center line of these niches. And then out from that is a first century Christian church, and the massive 13-foot 2-inch stone that sealed the sepulcher that Christ was buried in is affixed into the wall of that first century church that's buried on this site. And this then is the Calvary Scarp, or escarpment, the place outside the city on the north side where most of the traffic passed through that criminals were executed.